Hi classmates, my name is Anatoly Shusterov. Currently I live in Finland, in the city which named Lahti. For Finnish people it's a big city, but for me and for most of the world it's a little city near Helsinki, which is famous of his three sky jumps. I pick up the sum of visualizing sound. Actually, I want to tell you about visualizing sound in the mix. It's when you record all your instruments, all the parties, all the voices, maybe effects, and now you want to visualize it, how it places in the mix, what place every instrument and party held in the mix. It's very important to visualize sound because imagination of the process really helps to make it. For example, when I studied vocal, my teacher told me that to get a high note, you have to pretend yourself that you're stretching for an apple which grows in a high branch. So it's uh, representation. It's easy representation, but it helps. It really helps me to get a high note and visualization of the sound. It really helps you to make a perfect mix. So, how to visualize sounds? I propose to visualize it as a box or as a room. The box has three dimensions. It's the height. The height is actually the height of the sound, so it's easy to imagine. It's a frequency. So the low sounds would be low, the upper sounds would be up. So it's easy. Second one is width. The width is from the left speaker to right speaker. So it's a panorama of our sound. It's like a pen button. It's easy too. And the third one is depth. You can see it on the picture. The depth is the loudness of the sound, or it's an amplitude in our DAW. It's easy to understand too, because when the sound is loud, we hear it as it is near to us, and when the sound is quiet, it hears like it's somewhere far away from us. Those of you who have the problems with three dimensions, me too, have a problem with this, can imagine the third dimension as a size of the subject. So, like our sounds would be the subject, I propose to imagine it as a ball. Like the ball, it's the sound of, for example, bass. And if the sound is loud, this ball would be big. And when the sound is quiet, it could be a little ball somewhere in our mix. So there's a picture of imagination, the sound at this theory. So how our sounds would look like in our representation. Let's see the frequencies, the heights first. The frequency is actually the settle parameter for each instrument. The bass can't play the high notes and the flute can't play the bottom note. So, of course, the bass and the toms would be lower at the bottom. The guitars, the vocal, snares would be somewhere in the center, and solo instruments, hi-hats, and some effects would be at the top of our box. And the piano can be anywhere. So for Heinz, it's settled. For pen, we have an easy formula. The higher the instrument is, I mean frequency higher, so more you can panoramize it. So the higher the solo instruments, you can pan them to the 100% left or right. And for example, bass guitar can be panoramic because you'll have a dirty mix. It's all of it. It's except of the vocal. Vocal must be in the center of the mix if it's a song, of course, or the main solo instrument must be in the center of the mix because it's the main instrument, of course. And the third parameter, the depth, the loudness of our sound. It's settled when the mix is finished. It settles when you settle these two. When these two parameters is imagined in your head, you can settle the loudness. So the balls of the sounds could be little or bigger. Um, the point is to make the box full of balls, and that the balls would not come up on each other. That you have, then you'll have a clear mix when instruments don't bother each other, and it's the point of ideal mix that we all of us want to do. So with this picture, I propose you to visualize sound. It really helps me when I'm making the final mixing in my songs and some of Sam's. In your screen, you can see the examples of the bad mixing and good mixing. And when you can visualize it, I think you can make a good mix. And when you hear uh, something bad, something dirty in your mix, it's you can visualize it like the balls it's come up with each other and bothering each other, and it helps you to make them not bother and makes them to be more space in to have more space in the mix. So that was all that I want to tell you in this lesson. I hope that it was useful for you and it makes your mixing more pure and balanced. I would be grateful for your feedback if you tell what was bad, what was good, how this lesson helped you with your problems, and maybe uh, how do you like my lesson. Thanks for watching. See ya.